say I'm working right now on your liver or on your kidney or on any other vital organ, sometimes people feel how energy travels, and it's very neat feeling. So it comes and goes, but it's detectable. So there is a connection. Reflexology works through nerve pathways that goes from the feet up to the whole body, to the brain, and from the brain to the organ on the reflexor, which I'm working. So what you brought up, you can feel it.
In between session, can somebody work on their own feet
Absolutely,
at home?
of course.
Watching TV
and
or
there
whatever?
are tapes that you can, YouTubes that show you where reflexes are located. I brought some maps you can see. And there are socks where a person can find their own reflexes on the feet. And I used to teach a course at Norwell Community College, 2 evenings, to help people to work on their loved ones with reflexology, self-help, or help their loved ones. That's the mission of my teacher, Father Joseph in Taiwan, to give reflexology as a tool to the people as the first line of defense.
Well,
defense
I think
or prevention.
Also, there is nothing to replace, though, the relationship that you give to people as far as that kind of healing.
In a healthcare mode,
yes.
I think reflexology should be on the team.
And
of
how
a
often
healthcare.
should a person, if they really had an issue, how frequently do they have to come?
It really depends on, it's highly personalized care. Some people with chronic condition, I would suggest to come once a week. People with acute condition, let's say plantar fasciitis, if they can make 2 or 3 times a week for a couple of weeks to really address the pain, because it's very painful and you cannot walk if you have plantar fasciitis. And as a preventative, it would be once a month, just to see, tune up.
Yeah. I'm just looking at this. Here is you have these feet that are, I see, the different spots. So it's not just, I always thought it's just the bottom of the foot, but it's also...
We are 3-dimensional. Body is 3-dimensional. So the maps that I showed to you, that you have the picture, is just 1 dimension. But the reflexes are located on the plantar and on the bottom, on the top, on the sides of the foot, or even along medial side of the leg.
Yeah. So,
and this is a map. It's not the territory. Everyone is different. Just to tell you, those models, everyone has different location of the reflexes. That's just to have an idea.
So you can tell, as if you get a different foot, it's a higher or something on something.
Right.
Yeah.
People with high arches versus low arches have reflexes to the organs located a little bit differently. Really, it's quite highly individualized.
Well, I was also looking at your website about, you were talking about something you just learned about the 4 truths, which was kind of intriguing to me. So could you tell us about that?
Yeah. In June of that year, I spent 2 weeks with Truth Calkins, one of my teachers. He's an anti-aging coach, and his name is Truth Calkins. So I wrote my blog with a name for truth, which is so true. The principles would be another name for truth, is that in order to be healthy, we need to address 4 truths, which first is the nutrition, then the herbs and supplements, electromedicine, and exercises. And I go into each one in my blog, which people can see on my website in the blog section. I kind of break it down and talk about.
I will have it at the end, but what's the name, what's your blog called?
It would be ibhealing.com, and on that site it will be a tab on the top which will be called media.
And
then the media will be blog.
Your website is Irina Breslav.
My initials, I and B, IB, and the word healing, and that's my practice, IB Healing.
Because your website's a wealth of information as well, so that's a good thing to
and I update it because I'm constantly learning. That's what I came to that profession at the right time in my life when I had the background in the science and the creative art and in the management that allowed me to run my own practice. At the time when I started the practice, a lot of people could not even pronounce the word reflexologist. Then it evolved, and I can be successful doing it full time.
As one last question is, what do you love most about what you're doing? And then
I realized that the pleasure that I would get out of life will be in a service, in a healing service to the people around me. So that aspect that I'm fortunate enough to do what I love and love what I do every day and make my living out of it. And there is no stop to that. I don't need to stop at 50 or 60. I can do it anywhere. There is no restriction in terms of place or time. I can do it anywhere, anytime.
And there's plenty of need for it, especially in this country.
And there is a big demand. There's not enough of us, as I say. There's not enough of us.
Well, thank you so much. I think it's fascinating what you're doing, and good luck in the future with it.
Thank you.
So if you're wanting to relax and understand more about your body, and it's a great, reflexology is something that's very special, and this lady is obviously very good at it. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
The reflexes to your brain are in your toes are very meaty. This one may be even more meaty than it should be, the pinky toes. So that tells me that just looking at your feet, analyzing it, that you would be qualified as a person who is very much in the head thinker, very deep thinker, and calluses here. So I know as a reflexologist, just looking at those corns and calluses here, I know that would be the area that I would need to work to relax you and help you to sleep better. Another is you either under-eating or overeating. I presume that you're under-eating because it's not comfortable and you don't like to be uncomfortable, so you don't feed yourself properly, and that's the area of weakness. Those wrinkles indicate that's the struggle. It is acquired by just eating more. Just this simple act of eating regularly and more food that is nourishing for you. Small toes correspond with the ears and the kidneys in traditional Chinese medicine. Your small toes are much bigger than, disproportionately bigger than they should, so that makes me think that you'll have a very long life, because kidney in traditional Chinese medicine are batteries of the body. You inherit them, you're born with them. So given the fact that you listen to your body and nourish yourself within the guides, you can live a very healthy, long life. Not only long, but healthy life, because this is like a lucky charm. You inherited good batteries for life. We don't change our kidneys. If you take care of them and don't spend them, then you have long, healthy life.